What's up, guys? Eric Prey, Focus Fishing Guide Service, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Got another video fishing forecast for you for Table Rock. Considering it's been so cold, I haven't been on the lake, and I don't know anybody's been on the lake for the last week. It is a blistering minus 10 degrees here in Springfield this morning with wind chill. I think it's like a minus 18, minus 20, something like that. It is February 16th, Tuesday. Have not been on the water at all in the last week, and got some interesting stuff going on, so it's going to be a little bit different report. It's really going to be more of a forecast, what I expect to see when we can get back on the water, which looks like maybe as early as Saturday, depending on road conditions, so on and so forth, or maybe Sunday or Monday at the latest. Hopefully we'll be able to get back on the water. Depends on how much snow they get cleared off. You know, water temperature, I'm going off of what Angler Spy says. Looks like we're at like 40.2 this morning, which is pretty significant. And their reading comes from down by Indian Point Marina. And that means we've dropped, wow, 6-7 degrees in the last 10 days. So that's pretty significant. Don't know if you guys, if you're following Table Rock Fishing Intel, both our website and our Facebook page, we have posted several pictures, and we're going to post some more today of some of the areas where we actually have ice cover on the lake. You know, like Flat Creek's covered, upper part of the James is covered, pretty good portion of Kings River's covered, decent portion of Long Creek is covered as well, and we're starting to see some ice form up and cover the entire backs of some of the coves. Seems like anywhere where you've got relatively shallow water and not much wind, these areas are freezing over, and well, heck, it's minus 10 degrees, so that's pretty obvious that's going to happen. We are trying to keep everything up to date. We have been doing a lot of different things on Table Rock Fishing Intel to get you guys some more information. Released some stuff about the BFL this weekend. We had a couple of our pros talk about what they think it's going to take with this massive change. We are shooting another video that'll be out later this week of more things that you can look at or kind of expect when you get back on the water. Some of the things I expect to see a massive shad kill, which is not a bad thing. It will make fishing tough for probably the next 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe not that long, at least a week where the fishing's going to be tough. A lot of it's going to be predicated on how quick we warm up. We warm up fairly quick, the shad stop dying, the water warms back up, you're going to see the fishing improve pretty quickly. Right now, if a bass wants to eat, he pretty much can just swim around with his mouth open and eat dying shad. I'm sure of that. You get in some of the areas where we got full ice cover, that will take a while to melt, guys. Don't think that, you know, by next Wednesday you're going to be able to run way up the James or way up into the Kings. It will take a while for that to melt. Guys think that, well, it's in the 40s, that ice should melt. Well, I know a few years back we fished, and the back of Ants Creek was iced in for about a week and a half or so, and even after 4 days or 5 days of 50-degree temperatures, there was still some pretty significant ice cover back in there. So be careful if you are going to go out next week, and I fully expect everybody is going to go out next week. Keep your eyes open. Don't make blazing runs into the back of creeks, I guess is the best thing to say. As far as the fishing, like I said, I expect a shad kill, a pretty massive shad kill. I expect the fishing to be pretty tough for at least a week, maybe even longer. But what I would say, baits that are going to be key players, you're definitely going to want to have a rig tied on. Anywhere you've got dying shad or smaller areas where there aren't a lot of shad dying, those are areas you're going to want to key on. If you get into an area where you've got a lot of dying shad, you just need to go ahead and get out of there. If you go into an area where there's a few dying shad, you got a chance to get bit. You'll definitely have a chance to get bit. Based on history, based on seeing this before, A-rig's going to be a player, jerkbait's going to be a player, single swim bait's going to be a player, and then a jig. A lot of guys don't even think about throwing a jig, but even around dying shad, a lot of times if you put a jig in front of a fish, you're gonna get a lot more bites on a jig than you will something that's mimicking shad, because it's something a little bit different, and these fish are going to be definitely interested in it. Areas to key on, I already mentioned, you know, you want to stay away from the dying shad, especially big groups of dying shad. It's going to be hard to do because I think there'll be dying shad all over the lake, but look to areas that are going to warm up first or may have warm water already in them. Areas that are spring fed, Roaring River comes to mind. Back of Little Indian at Baxter comes to mind, where you've actually got, you know, the springs may not necessarily be right there on the lake, but they are spring-fed streams, so they're going to have a warmer heat source or a warmer water source than just a regular creek flowing into it. As it does warm up, and as we get some sunshine, this ice cover will come off, and some of these areas with dirtier water, if you can get to them, are going to warm up faster. So keep that in mind as well. But it's going to be tough for a few days. The fish are still getting acclimated to this, but I think in a week or 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to really see this turnaround, and the fishing is going to be fantastic this spring and this summer. Without all this extra forage base for the fish, they're going to be a lot more apt to bite, you know, lures and that sort of thing. So that being said, best way to stay on top of that, Table Rock Fishing Intel, become a pro member. That way you can stay on top of what's going on the lake on a daily, weekly basis. We're going to have reports once everything gets thawed out. We're going to have daily reports again. We're going to have weekly reports and more feature videos and stuff like that that's going to help you stay on top of these fish once we can get back out there and fish for them. Keep that in mind. Again, if you're looking to hire a guide for the springtime, give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743 or hit my website, focusfishing.com, and either shoot me an email or book online. Either way, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I know this video is a little bit different because I don't have a report. Haven't been on the water in about 8 or 9 days. But thanks for watching. Give me a call if you want to hire a guide. Check out Table Rock Fishing Intel. Fishing's going to be tough for probably a week or so, but it's going to get much better this spring and summer. But thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.